Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, December 1st, and this is my morning market breakdown for all the pairs on this list right here, which are the pairs that I actually trade. So we're going to start off on the US dollar and work our way down the list. So anyways, on the US dollar, I mean, we've been very strong to the downside. And if this breaks structure to the downside on this daily time frame, then it is going to either make a pullback to this whole move up right here, like this and then continue the uptrend, or possibly if this is the end of a pullback, it could end up turning into a complete trend reversal. But none of that has really happened yet. We do not have the break of structure to the downside yet. So going down to the 4-hour time frame real quick, way back here is where we had the main break of structure, which would have turned us bearish on the US dollar index. Now, if we get a break of structure to the upside at a Fibonacci retracement level, then I will definitely stop looking for shorts, and at that point, I'll go back to looking for longs because the daily and the weekly are still in an uptrend. But if you're trading below the 4-hour time frame, then we are definitely still looking for shorts until or unless we get that break of structure to the upside. So quickly going down to the 1-hour time frame, I mean we are definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend unless we get a break to the upside, which for me the break to the upside is way up here. So bearish the dollar means that I'm bullish the dollar pairs themselves. So keeping all that in mind, because for me the US dollar index is extremely important when you're trading any of the dollar pairs. Moving on to the euro dollar, same type of concept. I mean, we've been going up for quite a while on the euro dollar, but we do not have a break to structure to the upside. The trend is definitely still down on the daily. This could either, go up and make like a double top and then turn down, or it could possibly turn at one of these Fibonacci retracement levels and turn down. The trend is down, and the trend is definitely your friend. Moving on to the 4-hour time frame, this break of structure down here would have been what would have turned me bullish on the euro dollar. That would have caused me to start looking for longs on the euro dollar on these shorter time frames. Now, if we get a break of structure to the downside at one of these fib levels, which for me, the break of structure is way down here. If we do get a big break of structure to the downside, I will definitely be happy to stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts again. But the trend is definitely still up, so the trend is your friend. Going down to the 1-hour time frame, I mean, same concept. Anything I see to the downside, I am just going to assume is nothing more than a pullback within an uptrend unless we get that 4-hour time frame break of structure to the downside. We are approaching the 78% Fibonacci retracement. Definitely could be an area of resistance, but with the trend being up on the 4-hour and technically up on the weekly, there's a chance that this just makes pullbacks and just keeps on making higher highs, higher lows on the 4-hour time frame. So let's move on to the pound dollar. Pound dollar is the same thing, and actually, the pound dollar gives me even more confidence that we are likely in a pullback. The last structure is way up here on the pound dollar. This really looks like the formation of a pullback, like an ABC pullback to this last move down. We are sitting at the 50%. I mean, it doesn't really have to stop there. It could go up to the 61 or the 78%. Technically, the market flow is up right now, but because the weekly's down and the daily's down, we definitely want to look at this move up as a possible pullback to the last wave down. So let's take that into consideration going down to the 4-hour time frame. This is the break of structure on the 4-hour time frame last week or at the beginning of last week that would have turned me bullish on the pound dollar. I'm definitely still bullish the pound dollar unless we get a break of structure to the downside at one of these fib levels, which we definitely do not have yet. So taking that into consideration, going down to the 1-hour time frame, I'm looking for longs. I'm looking for longs on the end of all these little pullbacks that you see, at least until the 4-hour time frame tells me otherwise. Now, if it does bounce from a fib level on the 4-hour, go down and break structure, then great, I'll start looking for shorts. But that definitely hasn't happened yet, and we will definitely just go with the flow, and the 4-hour time frame flow is up. But because the weekly and the daily is down, we have to keep in mind that this move up could just be a pullback within the weekly and daily time frame downtrend that we are currently in. So let's take it down to the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is definitely a little different. The Aussie dollar has been ranging for months and months and months on the daily time frame. Technically, the weekly time frame is up because it hasn't broken structure down yet. And technically, the daily has kind of been making lower highs. So until we get a break of series of that lower highs, which, would be this, then technically we do have to look at this move up right here as possibly just a pullback to this move down. So if we do get a break of structure to the downside on roughly the 4-hour time frame, we'll definitely stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts again. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, we had the same breaker structure on this as we had on the other pairs, roughly right around here. When it started making these higher lows down here, you probably could have become bullish also. But ever since the breaker structure or these higher lows down here, we've been bullish on the Aussie dollar. We've been looking for longs on shorter time frames. Now, if we do get a breaker structure to the downside at a Fibonacci retracement level, then we'll be more than happy to stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts again. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I personally am doing nothing but looking for logs at the bottom of every single one of these little peaks that you see. Unless we get a breaker structure to the downside on roughly the 4 hour time frame, I am long bias only, looking for logs at the end of every pullback I see, using Fibonacci retracement to hopefully help identify the end of pullbacks. So, the Kiwi dollar, I normally don't really cover the Kiwi dollar because it's literally exactly the same as the Aussie dollar, but the Kiwi dollar did break structure to the upside on the daily. That tells me that there is possibly a change of trend. And if this really is a wave C, it could possibly go up and break the weekly structure and start a brand new uptrend. We don't really know that to be true yet, but because of this break of structure, we do want to have a long bias more than anything right now. Going down to the 4 hour time frame now, the 4 hour time frame structures right here. So if you're trading below the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, then definitely would be recommending longs at the end of every pullback I see, unless price makes a bounce, goes down and breaks structure. If that happens, I'll be going back to looking for shorts. But because the daily did break up, even if it does break down, I would just assume that it's a pullback to this last wave up and that it will likely end up continuing the uptrend anyways. So, going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I said, I normally don't cover the Kiwi dollar much because it's pretty much exactly the same as the Aussie dollar. My strategy right now is doing nothing but looking for logs at the end of every single one of these little peaks right here until we get that breakup structure down on the 4 hour. If the 4 hour just keeps on making higher highs, higher lows, then we'll just keep on going with the flow and we'll just keep on looking for longs every single chance we get. Moving on to the US dollar Canadian. Now, the US dollar Canadian, I mean, definitely is still technically in an uptrend. Yes, we have been drifting down for days now, but we definitely haven't broken structure down on the daily. We definitely haven't broken down on the weekly. Daily trend is up, weekly trend is up. This definitely has that shape of a potential A, B, C correction. So if it does break to the upside at one of these fib levels, we definitely want to go back to being bullish. I was thinking that it could turn into a big wave B and break structure down, but we want to do whatever the market tells us to do. And right now, because the trend is up, we definitely want to look at this move down as potentially just a pullback within a uptrend. So taking it down to the 4 hour time frame, current market structure on the 4 hour is right here. So anything we see up, we have to assume is likely just a pullback within a downtrend. More than likely, even if it does make a turn, it would probably have to double bottom at a fib level, then go up, then break structure. So definitely still very bearish on this. Definitely looking at anything I see to the upside as likely just a pullback to this last wave down. So definitely want to be using our Fibonacci retracement to help us identify the end of pullbacks on like the 1 hour time frame veins. So, anyways, going on to the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss is definitely a little different than the other pairs. Technically, the trend is down on the weekly, the trend is down on the daily. So I was thinking that potentially this could go up and take out the higher wave W, but because the trend is down, we do have to realize that it could just keep going down pretty easily. We definitely haven't hit my 78% Fibonacci retracement target on the weekly time frame yet to the downside, which is still so low that you can't even see it. So definitely overall a bearish bias. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, we do have a breakdown on the 4 hour, which tells me that either one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to make a pullback to this whole move up, bouncing off one of these fib levels and continuing the uptrend, or because the weekly and daily is down, it could just keep on making lower lows, lower highs on this 4 hour time frame. And as long as it doesn't break structure to the upside at a Fibonacci level, I will definitely have a bearish bias on the sort of time frames anyways. So if it just keeps on going down, then that's not really going to create much of an issue. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, I am doing nothing but looking for shorts. Definitely wouldn't be looking for shorts here, but I would be looking for shorts at every one of these little valleys we see on the 1 hour time frame. So, waiting for pullbacks to go short again for potentially the continuation of the downtrend, unless the 4 hour time frame breaks to the upside, which it definitely has not done so yet. So moving on to gold, I do trade everything on this list right here except for gold because I am from the United States and you can't trade gold from the United States if you are trading on a margin account. So gold is definitely not my pair, but I do analyze it because people love it. I do see that gold did go down and break structure, which is why I've been calling this either an A or 1. I still think this is potentially probably a wave B or a wave 2. Now, the whole problem is that the trend is up very strong on the weekly and very, very strong on the monthly, and there's really no evidence on those higher time frames the trend is over. So the problem is we think this is a B or a 2, but it also could just keep on going up extremely easily. But if it does bounce from the 78 or maybe the 88%, break structure on sort of time frames to the downside, then we'll be more than happy to go short and start looking for shorts as either an ABC like this, or potentially it could even turn into a 1, 2, and wave 3 and just keep on trending down. So, go down to the 4 hour time frame. We're going to follow along with our structure. Current market structure is right here on the 4 hour until I get a break to the downside on roughly the 4 hour time frame at a Fibonacci level. I am definitely very, very bullish. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. I personally am only looking for longs on gold. Well, I don't trade gold, but I would only be looking for longs on gold. And I would be looking to go long at the end of every single one of these little pullbacks that I see until we get a breaker structure to the downside, preferably at a Fibonacci retracement level. Now, I normally don't cover the JPY basket, but the JPY basket is just like the US dollar index. It covers all the JPY pairs. The JPY basket definitely could be in a wave C. If it is a wave C, we are at the 78%, and it definitely could go up and break structure. But right now, the trend is down on the daily, it's down on the weekly, and as always, the trend is definitely your friend. So I am definitely bearish the JPY basket, which makes me bullish every single one of the JPY pairs. I personally only trade these three JPY pairs, but all of them I would definitely be bullish on. Moving on to the US dollar yen, if you actually go up to the weekly, we are bouncing from 90%, which is an important area, but we don't have a breaker structure yet. So this move down possibly could be just a pullback to this last wave up. It possibly could bounce from one of these fib levels and continue the uptrend. We definitely want to look at this move down right here as possibly just being a pullback within a uptrend, at least until we get a breakdown. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, we had a breaker structure down last week on the 4 hour, which would have turned me bearish if I was trading anything below the 4 hour time frame. Ever since we had this breaker structure, I would be looking to go short at the end of every single one of these peaks. Now, if it breaks structure back to the upside at any one of these fib levels, like makes something like this and does that, I will become bullish again. But if it does go down and break this low right here, that's what's going to confirm to me that the daily time frame has made a much bigger turn to the downside. But while we learn and earn whether this move down is just a pullback within an uptrend or whether this is a complete reversal, we will be looking for shorts on shorter time frames. So going right down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, my current structure is way up here. We are approaching the 61%, could be an area of resistance, but even if it does turn up, the only thing that would turn me bullish is seeing a breaker structure to the upside at a Fibonacci level, which for me, the structure is way up here. So I personally am looking for shorts. If it does go up, that's great news for me. I will not be going long, but I'll be waiting patiently to go short again for the continuation of the downtrend, at least until we get a break to the upside at a fib level. And moving on to the other yen pairs, I mean, all the yen pairs for me are the same. They all look like they could possibly be getting close to a very, very large turn all the way up to the weekly time frame, but none of them have broken structure. The JPY basket is very, very bearish, meaning that I need to stay very, very bullish on all the JPY pairs themselves. So going down to the 4 hour time frame, I mean, yes, we did get a breaker structure down on the 4 hour. So if you're trading below the 4 hour time frame, I would be recommending shorts. If it's an A, B, C like this, then that would just be a pullback to this last wave up, and it would continue like this. If it really is trying to form some sort of a top on the weekly, then it will do something like this and keep on making lower lows, lower highs, and eventually go down and break this low. But since we got the break to the downside on the daily, or the 4 hour that is, right here, I would be recommending shorts, and hopefully we'll be learning and earning at the same time whether this is a pullback within an uptrend or whether it's a complete trend reversal on the weekly time frame. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I said, I would be recommending shorts. I would be waiting for pullbacks. I'd be looking at every single rally I see as possibly an opportunity to go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. Anytime you see price going up, throw your Fibonacci retracement on there. Look for especially three-way pullbacks. Look for nice engulfing moves to the downside at a Fibonacci level to continue to look for shorts. and going all the way down to the pound yen. Now, like I said, all the yen pairs do look like they could be getting close to a very large turn all the way up to the weekly, but there's no proof of that turn yet. The trend is definitely still up. Anything we see to the downside, just like all these other little pullbacks within this move up, could just be a pullback within a uptrend. There's no evidence on the very high time frames that this has reversed. So going down to the 4 hour time frame, it's the same thing as the euro yen. It definitely has broken down on the 4 hour. So I would be recommending shorts for anybody trading below the 4 hour time frame. But while we're looking for shorts, we're going to have to try to figure out whether this is an ABC pullback within an uptrend or whether it's a complete trend reversal that just keeps on making lower lows, lower highs like this. So keeping all that in mind, going down to the 1 hour time frame, same thing as the other yen pairs. I am looking for shorts in a downtrend. If it does start to rally, the first thing I would do is for my Fibonacci retracement on the last impulsive move down, and I would be patiently waiting for pullbacks and Fibonacci bounces to go short again for potentially the continuation of the downtrend. Either this is an A or a 1, this is either a B or a 2, and we should be going down for either a 3 or a C. So for me, the strategy is to be patiently waiting for more pullbacks to go short again for the continuation of the higher time frame, like 4 hour time frame, move down. Just keep in mind that the very high time frames are always your friend, and the very high time frames are up. Daily is up, weekly is up. Higher time frames are definitely your trend, meaning that if we do get a nice break of structure to the upside on roughly the 4 hour time frame, I will be more than happy to stop looking for shorts and start looking for logs again. So, anyways, don't forget to check out my website, which is where I do share every single trade I take on all these pairs except for gold, because I don't trade gold, with my members at the exact time of entry, and it comes with a ton of educational information. So make sure you check out my website, linked over here in the corner. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.